Hello, welcome to a new video. In today's video, we're going to take a look at the #1 Pokemon for the upcoming cup for the Galar Cup. And yeah, today we're going to have the Shadow Galarian Weezing, which is exactly this one. We're going to have also the #2 spot here, which is going to be the Diggersby. And together with this one, we're going to have in the back here the Clefable. Very certain this was also one of the teams of my top team video, which you're going to see in the end cut as well. If you haven't seen them yesterday, gonna prepare you very well for the upcoming cup here if you want to play this one. Actually, it's going to be a very interesting cup, a lot of interesting cores that you can play there, so I would definitely recommend you to take a look at it. Might be a bit better than the Open Great League for you right now if you want to climb, and most of the Pokemon that are usable here are not like crazy event Pokemon that you only build for this one specific cup and that's basically it. No, those are usually Pokemon that you have already laying around anyway, so why not give it a try? Anyway, today we're going to take a look at the Galarian Weezing with the charge move of Overheat, which we see here already against the first opponent. I just have some test battles here, of course, against people from Twitter. Going to do quite a lot of damage, and we're going to be able to most likely win the first battle here as well. Yeah, I'm not too sure if it's better to have Overheat. I think Play Rough is just a bit more consistent, but I don't have charge TMs, and so what can I really do other than trying to raid more? But like, yeah, using more monies just so I can change the moveset of a Pokemon, I don't really know, but first battle we're going to be able to win here and we can move on to the next opponent. So let's see what they're going to have. They're going to have a Golurk here, and Golurk is going to be a bit of a toughie for this team comp, as your lead as well as your Sasop is going to be weak against it. And also even the Pokemon in the back there, Clefable, is going to be quite weak, but here as you can see we're going to be able to hit one charge move already, which maybe going to put them into a range where we are going to be able to get the knockout with a Fire Punch, which we are going to be able to do now. And maybe the opponent gonna go down? Let's find out here. They decide to use a shield, which is very smart by them. I try to catch a Dynamic Punch. Let's see if this is going to work out or not. It is going to be the Dynamic Punch, and that worked out really, really well for us. That's what I thought, until I saw that they're going to be a Toxapex in the back to further completely hardwall us, which is something that is going to happen, I think, quite often in this meta. I think it's going to be quite an RPS style one, but I don't really think in a bad way, because I feel like there are a lot of very interesting good Sasops for this meta that are going to allow you to flip those matchups quite easily or like quite interestingly. And so I think it's going to be an interesting meta for sure. I think it's going to be something that is going to be fun to play, so can't wait to try it out. Going to be another video later on as well for the Open Great League. I kind of want to mostly do one video for this cup and one video for the Open Great League for the next week, and there's going to be then again when the cup drops some video later on this evening as well, so definitely stay tuned for this one. Leave a like and subscribe here as well, would really appreciate it. As you're gonna see the opponent spamming those Awkward Tails. Drapion, very good Pokemon for this meta, by the way. Drapion right now also very, very good in the play Pokemon tournaments. Very good neutral Pokemon, as you're going to have access to Awkward Tail, hitting those ground type Pokemon, which are very common right now, as well as Crunch just as a good coverage move. Next opponent, we're going to have a very awkward lead here. We're going to have the Qwilfish. Qwilfish is a very strong Pokemon as well, which I kind of want to take a look at eventually as well. This Pokemon here is going to be able to get the super effective Awkward Tails off against us, but also there's still coverage against our backline as well. So we kind of want to stay in here, try to get a debuff maybe with the Scorching Sands, which we are not going to be able to get. But I'm going to be able to catch a move here onto my Galarian Weezing, which is access to Brutal Swing, which is the same pacing as Awkward Tail, of course, not Stab, but still going to be okay for us, hopefully here. But we're still going to use a shield, and still not going to be nice, because as you can see, I overpump by a bit, and the opponent is going to be able to get a CMPita here very, very fast, which I did not expect, and so they're going to be able to force my final shield. Well, at least I am going to be able to go ahead and go for another Brutal Swing, get them low, farm them down, have some energy, and realign myself. And realignment is quite nice in the current meta, especially if you're going to be able to hit that big Overheat here, which you're going to be able to do. In comes now the Hakoma owned, as you have a Fairy type Pokemon in the back. This game is over. That Overheat was clutch there for sure. If we didn't hit that Overheat, that definitely would have been a bit of a different game. So good game there. We're going to be able to get off another Scorching Sands. And as you can see, the opponent is going to try their best. They're going to try to go for the full farm and even go for a charge move here. But they don't know yet that there's a Fairy type in the back. And of course, Clefable has no doubt about like the win here, because they are just going to be able to fully farm them down even at this point, doing so much damage with the fast move alone. So good game to the opponent, well played, and we can move on to the next one. Let's see what they're going to run. Oh, it's me, Wheel. Actually saw him just recently at the tournament as well, when they have the hardest core breaker for our team in the lead. Well, honestly, it's not even that bad. Like, it is not that bad. We're going to still have Clefable, which is neutral, and even the matchup here in the lead is quite neutral because you have that bulk on Diggersby, but also you have the option to get the debuff onto them without Scorching Sand. Issue here is I was a bit confused about the next Pokemon that's coming in very soon afterwards, and that is something that is kind of down to me. That was, by the way, the first battle that I did today, and yeah, I do those battles quite early, which is quite okay, but as you're gonna see, the opponent's going to have now an Araquanid in the back, and I was like wondering, what am I gonna do here? What am I gonna do? Until I realized I have 2 Fairy-type Pokemon in the back. I should have just swapped out straight away. This Fire Punch is completely killing me in the game, which you're gonna see soon. Like, farming up to the Scorching Sands, all fine, all good, like, doesn't really matter. They're actually running Water Pulse that I also was running as well during the tournament in Dortmund. I was running Araquanid, it was a lot of fun to play. Still very happy with my Dortmund performance, by the way. Yes, I didn't go like crazy far, but I also didn't have any practice before, and I haven't been playing Show 6 Pick 3 in 1.5 years, which is a bit of a different format. Next time, I might actually do some practice before, but before I do practice, I need a different phone. The difference between iPhone and Android, I saw live basically during that tournament, is ginormous. It is just not really fun playing on Android, and I also lost some battles here today because of me having lag issues and me not being able to go for a charge move later on, which you're gonna see in a video as well here, and it's just kind of annoying. So like, if you are currently thinking, oh, I'm gonna get a new phone, what I'm gonna get, even a refurbished variant of iPhone is going to be better for the Go Battle League. For sure would recommend you. It just makes so much more sense. Like, the game was super smooth in Dortmund. Like, I had like such a great experience with it, but like now playing at home again, it is horrible. So yeah, maybe I'm gonna buy myself an iPhone because of Pokemon Go PvP, which seems so absolutely ridiculous. But yeah, anyway, we're going to see Scorching Sands here. From the Diggersby coming through, it's going to be getting a shield, that's fine. We're going to get the attack drop onto the opponent, that's also fine. And let's see on how the Earth Power is going to hit us. It's not going to do too much because we got the attack drop onto the opponent. And yeah, Gastron as well as something like the Quagsire can be a bit of a trickier one. Gastron not so much as Quagsire. Quagsire has usually coverage for like water type moves there with Awkward Tail, while Gastron is usually packing that Body Slam Earth Power moveset, which is a bit better for us. If they're running Water Pulse, it is a bit more tricky to deal with the Gastron as well, but usually people are not doing this, and so it's kind of fine. It's also kind of fine is that the opponent swapped out into a Mandibus, allowing us now to go ahead and go into our Clefable, but not before I was able to get up to a Scorching Sands for later on. Then we even get the Moonblast off before they even go for the first charge move, which is quite ridiculous, as now this is going to be enough to knock them out, and they die with all their energy, but they're still going to have a great matchup in the back here. Toxapex is going to be a very good Pokemon. By the way, Toxapex was on my team before as well, but I just threw it out because I just didn't really want to have now test battles against other people taking ages because I'm running the most bulkiest Pokemon possible. Yes, we still have some bulky here with the Diggersby, don't get me wrong, it's a very bulky Pokemon as well, but like it's not comparable to Toxapex, and I was actually my idea behind the Galarian Weezing team that I actually wanted to run was the Mandibus lead, Weezing Say Swap, and the Toxapex in the back. And I just decided against it mainly because I don't think that's an enjoyable video. Yes, it is a good team, and I would recommend you to run it if you want to climb up. Like, so feel free to copy that team. But I don't think it's enjoyable to watch, and so I'm not going to do that. And that's something I kind of want to focus on as well for the foreseeable future. I kind of want to, like, recently I just kind of maybe tried to showcase certain Pokemon that got buffs that are a little bit more interesting. I'm going to try to give you the best teams again for the Great League, the best cores, the best team ideas, stuff like this, so definitely stay tuned for that one as well. I think it's going to help you out quite a bit more. Anyway, we're going to have Diggersby lead matchup. Of course, you kind of want to stay in here. This is actually an interesting one because it kind of reminds me of the back in the day Whiscash mirror match. It depends on who gets the debuff. If the opponent goes for the first charge move, don't get the debuff. Let's see if I'm going to get the debuff. This is going to change everything if I get it. And I do get the debuff, and that's going to change everything for me, which you're going to see here already. For the next charge move, I am already, like, I'm still in the green health, while the opponent is in the yellow health, and that's going to be a big difference here as well, because I was able to hit that charge move unprotected on the defense dropped score, like, what's called Diggersby there, which is going to be just great, as now the Fire Punch is going to be enough to knock them out as well, and we survive with so much more health than the opponent because of this. At least that's what I thought, but they actually survive with a 1 HP in a dream, still getting to Fire Punch, still going to go down here. and I get some extra energy with a Weezing, which is okay, because now they're gonna swap back into a Gastrodon, which is a bit annoying, but I can go for a double Brutal Swing, doing some nice damage here as well, getting at the shield as well, just because the opponent expected most likely a Play Rough. But as you're gonna see, they are gonna be quite low now, and I can go into my Clefable, and most likely Fairy Wind plus Swift might be already enough to get that KO over a long period, but they swap out now into the Clefable, where I'm going to be able to go for my own charge move. I think that's actually the game where I have a bit of lag later, but we will see it anyway. We're gonna see the opponent going for their own charge move. It's going to be the Swift bait. Great play by the opponent. It was kind of predictable, but I couldn't really risk it, and so I can go for another Swift. That is fine. That is gonna get the knockout. I can overfarm by quite a bit and get up to another Swift here. And I decide now to swap out, try my best to get the shield with the Digger Speed, trying to reach that Fire Punch, which I am going to be able to do. And now it's down to me landing that Swift against the opponent's Gastrodon, which I think, I'm gonna check real quick on the side, I should be able to win the CMP tie. The charge move button just didn't appear, and with that I'm going to lose this battle, which is just so unfortunate. And yes, instead, like, unless the opponent, no, actually I have even attack investment on my Clefable, like, there's no way basically that the Gastrodon would have been able to win the CMP tie there, so it was just the game lagging that allowed them to win the battle, which is really annoying, but that's what I kind of mean as well. Like, it is just kind of the awkward thing. I think I would be actually more interested in even the Play Pokemon tournaments and stuff like this if I just had a different phone where lag wasn't as much of an issue as it is here, because I replayed all on an iPhone basically for the tournament, and there was literally zero lag. It was clean gameplay, no issues really at all, and it was just phenomenal to play the game when it actually works. And like, this is a thing as well which kind of makes me a bit sad. Like, playing the game like it's how it's supposed to be, it's like so much fun. Like, it honestly was so much fun to play that game in Dortmund, where it was like zero lag and was just literally straight up battling. And then you come back home and it's just like literally like a shit show again. It is just kind of sad. But again, if you have an iPhone, definitely lucky you. I know actually that some people on Android don't have issues at all as well. I hear this about some people as well. And I know that some people on iOS also have issues with the game. But yeah, I feel like still Android people definitely have a bit of a tougher time in League of Battle compared to iOS people, but it is what it is. So definitely was very enjoyable when the game actually works, I have to say. Like, it's something that I'm not really used to. Also, what I'm not really used to is the opponent catching a move here, or well played here on the Clefable. We're gonna still try our best to go for an Overheat. Overheat will be able to knock them out from this range, but we were a bit too late. I think it's a CMP tie as well. I'm forced to use a shield now against the Swift. It is a CMP tie. There's definitely going to be enough to knock them out, though. Shadow Overheat is ridiculous, like literally just nuking away the opponent. As you see there as well, I built up to one charge move, hoping that I can still get to another Swift here, but they decided to use all their energy basically to go for a Sludge Wave, which I think is fine for me, because I know that one is not enough, but I think two Brutal Swings should be enough here to knock out the opponent. And honestly, the Toxapex matchup is not as bad for Weezing than I expected. I thought that was like such a bad matchup for us, but it's actually not. What is a bad matchup though is going to be the matchup against the Ninetales. I don't really have a great answer for it, but if we land the Fire Punch here, it's actually going to help us out quite a bit, because it's going to put them now into Brutal Swing range as well with the additional fast move damage. But we get Hard Rolled here quite often, which is a bit of an annoying thing, but Gaston is going to have a great time here against our Weezing, being able to fully farm us down. We can at least still go for another charge move. I was hoping that I can still get to another one afterwards as well, but it's going to be very, very close. Can we still get there in time? We cannot. And so the opponent is going to have a ton of energy. They have alignment. They have basically everything they need. And so we are in a spot where we kind of have to try our best to somehow come back from it. Like, it is very, very difficult to come back from all of this, what we have here right now. You're going to try our best to get up as much energy as possible. You're going to be able to go for a Fire Punch against that Ninetales. And we just have to hope that now Clefable can sweep end game. I'm going to swap out, and they're going to have now the Golurk there. I have to hope that they're going to not call the bait, like that they call the bait here basically. Wait, what? That they're not going to call the bait, of course, and use a shield, which they didn't. And so sadly, yeah, we're going to lose the battle. It is early morning, by the way. It's a very, very early morning, so sorry about that one. But yeah, sadly, the opponent called the bait, which was great for them. Like, well played, but like was my only way of really winning this battle. Next opponent, we're going to be my girlfriend here as well. Yeah, that's a great lead as well. Also, we upload regularly videos on her channel as well. If you want to see some more content, we have live commentary on her game, like on her channel, which you don't really see here at all, and just kind of a lot of fun. So definitely check that out as well there. I'm gonna link it in the video description if you want to check it out. Anyway, what you see here is a horrible lead, a horrible face-up for us as well, with the Gastron in the back. And why is that the case? Maybe because she was literally sitting next to me, saw my team, and decided to completely hard counter me for the crack. I don't know. Very likely going to be the case here. Yeah, that is literally what happened. She literally went onto P-Poke, looked up the hardest counters to each of my Pokemon, and just wanted to troll me here. So yeah, that is going to be it for this one. Anyway, I want to say thanks to everyone who also supported me during the regional that happened now. Really appreciated all the comments. I saw all of them. Don't be worried. And also, definitely thanks all for watching this video, thanks all for supporting the channel. Would really appreciate it if you are not subscribed yet to feel free to subscribe. It is free, it helps me out quite a bit. And yeah, there's going to be a lot coming up, a lot of interesting cups. I already actually did all of the teams for the next meta that we're going to have as well, the Sunshine Cup, so that's going to be coming up in a week though. But yeah, definitely stay tuned for this one. Here we're going to of course lose the battle. But yeah, that's going to be it for this video. I hope you enjoyed this one. If you did, feel free to leave a like, subscribe if you have not already. And yeah, have a great time in the Galar Cup or in the Open Great League. Let me know in the comment section, are you going to play this Galar Cup? Are you not? Would be really interesting for me in terms of what I should make videos about. And I will see you then. Bye bye.